This is the girl I got when I beat the game. Then I got this girl, and this girl. These are only some of the endings in this game. A video game which is about a fat man actually, but talking about Minnesota Fats.
Oh, Minnesota Fat, I guess.
Minnesota Fats, pool legend. If you had a video game made after you, you were a big deal, but one or two video games bearing the Fats name aren't very representative of the actual impact the man had in the game of pool. Still, our game here does its best in paying tribute. It says pool legend, and that moniker could not be more fitting.
Rudolf Wanderone, the legendary Minnesota Fats, the most famous pool player of this or any other age.
Rudolf Wanderone, that is his real name, truly was a legendary hustler and did a lot for the exposure of the game of pool, despite some people not agreeing with his mannerisms. One such man was Willie Mosconi, a pool champion and Minnesota Fats' rival on and off the table. You could say he was his nemesis, but despite Mosconi mostly prevailing in their billiard sets, it would be more accurate to say that Fats was a nemesis to Willie Mosconi. Minnesota Fats would constantly get under his skin.
What's the strategy for game number 6?
I'm gonna make it on the brink. Strategy. Make it on the brink. Then get a stretcher and take Mosconi out.
Oh, Fats is having a good time here, but Willie Mosconi isn't enjoying this part of it. Fats is supposed to be breaking, but he's not doing anything except talking.
Stash in here if you want to wait. With either hand.
I'm gonna stop. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Mosconi's had enough. He's going.
He was a great trash talker, as expected from a guy who played since the 20s, hitting billiard halls as a traveling hustler. Mosconi, however, was trying to push a different image of the game of pool, the image of a gentleman's game. You see, Fats claimed, "I never lost for money in my life, beat everyone that ever lived." However, knowing how much the character of Minnesota Fats was based on boasting, R.A. Dyer writes, pool hustlers are by nature liars. And by this measure, Minnesota Fats was just a very, very good pool hustler. Such a good hustler that he named himself after a movie character. You see, in the movie The Hustler, Jackie Gleason played the role of a character named Minnesota Fats. After the big success of the film, Rudolf Wanderone, then known as New York Fats, insisted that the movie character had been based off of him and switched his name to that, effectively associating himself with something popular, recognizable, and successful. A good business move, you might say. This claim of being the inspiration for the character, although not totally unfounded, was always denied by Walter Tevis, author of the novel the movie was based on. It was typical of pool hustlers to have incisive nicknames. Wanderone was known as Double Smarts, Triple Smarts, Chicago Fats, Broadway Fats, New York Fats, and famously Minnesota Fats. The televised match against Willie Mosconi gathered 11 million viewers in 1978, a record for that particular show that was only second to a Muhammad Ali match. I want you to think about how popular boxing was then, and how popular pool might have ever been. I want you to realize how much Fats' characters boosted the sport's popularity. That is, if you can call sports something where people get their nicknames for being fat. And Fats here wasn't even that fat. I mean, the two were well in their 60s. But even as he aged, Fats never lost his sharp tongue, delivering blows more devastating than a pool cue ever could.
Why, I oughta.
In this match, they went back and forth on whether to wear a jacket during the match or not.
A pool player with a tuxedo is like putting ice cream on a hot dog. We know you're.
Mosconi once tried playing versus him with earplugs and lost. Our video game came out right at the end of Minnesota Fats' life, 1995. Let's put it in its proper video game history context. Minnesota Fats Pool Legend is actually part of another franchise. It is a sequel to Side Pocket and can be effectively be called Side Pocket 2. In fact, the Southern Japanese version maintains the Side Pocket name. The first Side Pocket game came out in the arcades in 1986 and it was ported to 3 home consoles and 3 handheld consoles: Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, NES, Game Gear, Game Boy, Wanderone. These versions can be pretty different one another. But before Side Pocket 2 came along, which was way later in 1995, there was a significant spin-off series known as Pocket Gull, and it was a lewd one. Coming out in the arcades in 1988, so 2 years after the original Side Pocket, Pocket Gull wouldn't only have nipples, but also engine updates and gameplay features like the Pocket Star, the Super Ball, which makes your cue ball insanely fast, not recommended by the way, or the Trick Shot mode, later featured in the home version of Side Pocket. So much so that the Pocket Go arcade flyer was used as the artwork for some of the Side Pocket versions. You see, they recycled that. Now, I know you perverts are gonna rush to look for those pixel nipples, so let me tell you something. You might run into versions named Pocket Gull 2 and Super Pool 3, but it's the same game. These are respectively the English version and the censored version, so don't worry about those. A full-fledged sequel would actually come out in 1993 as Pocket Gull Deluxe, this time featuring a more realistic character design and upgrading the presentation values to the standards of those found in the home versions, like on the Sega Mega Drive. This includes that characteristic lunge feel and just great soundtrack. Side Pocket 2 is actually the focus of this video. It released as Minnesota Fats Pool Legend on the Sega Genesis in May 1995 and on the Sega Saturn in September 95. It only kept the franchise's name on its first release, the Japanese Saturn version, which came out in March 95 as Side Pocket 2 Densetsu no Hastara. Since they're both Japanese consoles, why did the game only have a Japanese release on the Saturn and not on the Mega Drive? This makes sense when you think that the Mega Drive, also known as the Genesis, while a Japanese console, was massively popular outside of Japan, but not so much in its homeland. The Sega Saturn was pretty much the opposite in comparison. The Saturn and Genesis games were developed around the same time, with the Saturn one having full motion video cutscenes at every corner, featuring Fats as the main character of the story mode. Well, a fake Minnesota Fats from Data East at least. You see, in these scuffed sequences, some of the actors are actually employees from Data East's marketing department. This man here isn't actually Minnesota Fats. Fats only appears briefly here at the intro and in the ending. And some of this footage doesn't even look like it was made for the game. Understandable, as this video game came so late into Fats' life that he would actually die next year. He wasn't even fat anymore. This wasn't the first game branded after him though. There was in fact another one on the Commodore 64 called Minnesota Fats' Pool Challenge, released in 1983. So, how much of Fats' character made it into the video game? Not a lot. This is a cartridge game after all, and however good the presentation is, and it's very good, you won't get much more than some lines from him, particularly in the story mode, where he takes you under his wing. Unlike the Saturn version, here you're playing as this guy, and Fats is your mentor. The main character kinda looks like Tom Cruise, because of the popular movie The Color of Money, I'm guessing, which was a sequel to The Hustler, the movie Minnesota Fats got his name from. Ultimately, you do have to defeat your mentor. I really want to drive the point home that in the cartridge game, the presentation and atmosphere both ooze class and quality. The graphics are refined with the digitized portraits and shots being carefully reworked through pixel art. The user interface is dignified and on-brand in spite of not really doing much to get over the console's color limitation. You can see characters taking their shots and their stance will change depending on how they're actually making their shot. The music's amazing. It goes like or presentation in this game is more consistent and refined than the Saturn version, and hey, this video focuses on the Sega Genesis game anyway. Only the best for you guys. There's a ridiculous number of modes, each with huge amounts of content. Remember, this is a pool game on cartridge. It goes above and beyond the expectations and it will greatly reward you. for beating any of its sections, as you will see. The actual pool game kinda sucks though. You see, the engine was recycled from the first game, Side Pocket. It's not a good pool game. You will often notice how bad the physics are when a ball gets stuck in a straight line on the X or Y axis. The ball went straight through the X axis, no inclination at all. That is the most annoying thing about this game is that. Or when you hit the inner corners of a pocket and the ball comes back dead straight. And this also happens very often. Keep an eye on the center bottom pocket here. See, because I hit the green one first. Ah! This game's physics, dude! Furthermore, and this is a bit common with 2D pool games, I noticed the degrees at which you can angle your shots are always extremely limited, meaning that long shots are often not possible, forcing you to get creative with bank shots just to see if you can find an angle that looks better. On the other hand, the AI will destroy you with insanely calculated inhuman shots that will have you scream at the screen. That's on the tournament mode. Yeah, dude, what the f? Oh. For all the physics issues described, Minnesota Fat's Pool Legends is still an extremely cool game. I did not mind for a second playing it for a grand total of 99 hours, 17 minutes, and 50 seconds to get all the endings. And it looks like I was the only one to document the whole process. But why did I do that? If you've been watching me on Twitch at all in the past 8 years now, you already know why. The Sega Mega Marathon. It started in the 23rd of November 2014. This is my lifelong project to research, beat, and document every single Mega Drive game, or call it Sega Genesis, I don't care. Be it old, new, unreleased, unlicensed, Japanese, Taiwanese. I will beat them all fair and square, and I don't like to cut corners. Because I do this for my own satisfaction, and it is my absolute passion to share this with you. If you like the Sega Mega Drive, or all games in general, then that is the place to be. I mentioned I don't cut corners when it comes to the Mega Marathon. Every game must be cleared in a thoroughly satisfying manner. So when I realized that there was an undocumented ending in Minnesota Fat's Pool Legend, I had to do it. It's in my nature as a Mega Drive hero to penetrate uncharted lands and give you something new, something unseen. Getting the girl out on this game was very hard, and it took me many hours, 38 to be precise. This was in addition to the story mode, which is the one most people would stop at, but I am not most people. Let me get you through the natural order of the endings I got, which will lead us to the hardest one, the most obscure one, the most suffered one. The story mode is pretty straightforward. You face opponents one by one and you have 3 credits. Sort of like an arcade mode actually. Some matches may be easier due to them being played on 9-ball rules, meaning you can pocket the 9-ball early on and win. Others are on the 8-ball mode, which takes longer, but even then there's a chance the AI is gonna pocket the 8-ball too soon and give you a free win. More on the rules later. Now the scenery here is extremely good, both when going to a new opponent with a street view here and while talking to fans. You can even see some of his real-life pictures rendered here in the background. I found that the opponents can take a long time to think. It took me 5 tries and around 6 hours to beat this. It was the easy part, and by now I knew that the game engine, meaning the aiming and the physics, went untouched since the first Side Pocket, which I beat back in 2020. Oh, so sick, look at that! Oh, yes, yes, yes! Oh, I'm the last credit! Looks like I've grown a bit old. Here's a souvenir, kid. That's my favorite stick. Oh, shit. This rules. I know you will use it as I would. It's up to you to keep winning. This Good luck, kid. This is a great ending. The timer at this point was only 6 hours, 14 minutes, 29 seconds. So far, pretty easy. With my knowledge from the first game, I moved on to the trick shot mode, knowing that is where the real game is. Because in the first game, the story mode and the trick shot mode are so interconnected that in order to progress into the story mode, you have to nail a trick shot every now and then.
First, we have to retrieve the post-it, the right post-it. We have to Indiana Jones the post-it out of this pile of shit, this pile of greasy shit that's been, I don't know which animal's ass this is navigated its way to, but actually it's a good, easy way to recognize the post-it.
These shots that effectively turn a pool video game into a puzzle video game are playable in their separate mode on this grid, which reveals a woman's picture once fully completed.
That wasn't full power, but...
Nice shot.
Yes! Oh! It does the work for you. Cough, really? Look at this, guys! Look! Okay, this goes there. This, gonna put this there and this there. And then move the chin up, and then move the chin down. Okay, we got the forehead, guys. Okay. Oh, okay, we got the lip there. Okay. So first you get the sides like this, then I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh!
Nailed it.
In this sequel, however, the story mode doesn't have that trick shot integration. It doesn't even have those arcade features that the first game inherited from Pocket Gall. But it's got something more precious than that. It's got more game. I finished the trick shot mode with relative ease. On the second stream, the same one where I finished the story mode, I went through the entirety of the 16 trick shots that constitute the trick game, as the game titles it.
What happens now?
You are a real bull shark. I finished the trick shot mode with relative ease. Or did I? What's gonna happen? So on stream 3, naturally I set out to clear the trick game too. My notes came in handy. Once you turn off the console, your trick game progress is wiped. So I carefully follow my notes to clear trick game 1 again. You had to do it again. It took the entire broadcast to clear it, but it was no problem. I cleared trick game 2. I just did the first row on my first try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. Oh! Again? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Shit. That's the same screen. She winked. That it? Oh! Finally, I had done it. I had gotten the girl on this digitized shot, carefully pixeled over for a beautiful image. Is it gonna... Trick. Oh my god. But maybe Trick Special is just one shot, guys. Oh. At least you know these are the last ones. It's on stream number 4 that I then began hacking at Trick Game Special, the third and final layer of the trick shot mode. This was much more difficult and I could only get up to the 6th one in an entire sitting. On stream 5, the struggle continued up to this moment. Now, remember, at this point I had spent 5 hours trying to clear this single trick shot. See! I was then able to make quick work of all the remaining trick shots, except for one. Number 16, the last one. Stream 6 went by with no progress at all. The 16th shot in Trick Game Special was inscrutable, and I was stuck on it for the entire session. Stream 7 was no different, stuck on 16th. My audience seems to like this. I can't tell if they're sadistic or if they enjoy the natural pop-offs that happen when I finally get it, because I always get it and they know it. Furthermore, I'm the real deal. I'm using my nose to quickly clear the previous 47 trick shots before getting to the 16th shot again. A weaker individual would just drop a save state here, but as I said, I don't like to cut corners. It wouldn't be genuine and it would take away from my own satisfaction, which is the pillar of this whole thing. Then on stream 8, this happened. That looked good. That looks good. Yes! F you! Oh! Oh, we're getting sexed! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude. Now for the real question, guys. Hold your tits. Now, Trick Shot Final wasn't nearly as deceitful or challenging, and it was done in that same stream. Oh! And the winner is... I'm a real bull shark, baby! I'm number 1! Look at this! Look at this! The huge brain move! What the God, you just... Oh! We're gonna get sex now. We're gonna get sex now. I told you!
Ashrag left sababinga ashrag get real shar.
Wait, that's it? No staff roll? That is the ending. We got the girl. It was a progression of getting the girl, meeting the girl, we got the girl. We got the girl! They all clear! So we got the girls. Or maybe it was the same one. It we go out with a girl at the beach, then the pool? Until we finally ran away together in that beautiful sunset view? Or are we simply hustling like the players we are? The timer at this point was at 38 hours, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Thinking I was done, thinking I had cleared the whole game, I snooped around the menu and entered the tournament mode. You know, the mode you always snub, thinking it doesn't have anything unique other than a bracket and different characters. The mode you are wrong about. When I entered it, I immediately saw something that got me thunderstruck. How's the tournament mode like? Oh, is it literally just a password? This is the main mode we've been ignoring. The password option. If there's a password option, it must mean there is progress. If there is progress, there is an ending. Another ending. I looked around on YouTube, Google, Nico video, there's nothing, not documented. I knew it was up to me. I wasn't gonna leave that stone unturned. That is not what the Mega Drive hero does, and we don't like easy victories. There's a reason why it took 8 years to clear 250 Mega Drive games, damn it. And we're not stopping, we're not chickening out, we're not taking the easy way out, and we're especially not gonna leave an ending obscured. After all, how hard can the tournament be? And now that you're watching the progression of the events that led to my ascension as a god among pool hustlers, I want you to know that this here is stream number 8 of 18. 4 different tournaments are presented. 8-ball, 9-ball, 1 pocket, and rotation. Starting with 8-ball, we get to do the lag shot first, as always, to determine who goes first. The goal here is to leave the cue ball as close to the right bank as possible. In this widespread rule set, whoever sinks a ball first gets that kind of ball. So either solid balls or striped balls. Mine are usually solid. You then have to sink the balls in whatever order, but the 8-ball must be pocketed last and cold, meaning you have to predict in which pocket you're gonna put it in.
Yeah, he's got the 8 straight in.
Yes, sir.
Should make it. Made a nice shot on the 2-ball.
If you pocket the 8-ball any sooner or in the wrong pocket, you lose. Nope. Luckily, this works the other way around too. Hey, you stupid mother... Oh, yes! Ma dai, ma vieni, ma andiamo, brutta pippa, pelato di merda, vieni cazzo dai. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. 9-ball I thought was gonna be shorter due to the rule set, but getting my hands on that cup took just as long as grasping the 8-ball cup, which is an entire stream. You see, in 9-ball mode, you rack even less balls up in a triangle. Players then must hit the lowest ball on the table first, but can pocket whatever they want. Whoever pockets then the 9-ball wins. Here, for example, is how I've beaten the 9-ball tournament. Yes! That was a sick shot, dude! It is now stream 11, and the 1-pocket mode reveals itself as a real struggle, and a slow one at that. This is the most tactic part of the entire game's content, as you have to develop good defensive strategies. You see, in 1-pocket rules, you choose 1 of 2 corner pockets to the left, and you're only allowed to score in that 1 pocket. It is the same for your opponent, but this means that playing a single table will really take a long time, and every match is a best of 3. So unless you win the first 2, you have to play 3 tables for each opponent. And here's where things get even more interesting. In tournament mode, there is a total of 7 opponents, and you're gonna have to hustle 3 of them to get the cup. However, it's not that simple. The characters have individual AI power, and they go in this order, from weakest to stronger. you have Dixie Wilson, Jake Lewis, Stilt Wilkins, Pepe Garcia, Susan Short, Stubby Pickens, and this bastard piece of shit. When put one against the other in the bracket, the stronger character will always beat the weaker character. That means the system can be leveraged that way, resetting until you get a good setup. I started doing this in Stream 12, struggling in the low depths of the one pocket tournament, but now I had a strategy. Resetting on the bracket screen became the norm, and what I was looking for was having the top 3 on the opposite side as me, so that at least the strongest one would take care of the other top ones. At that point, the most favorable outcome is to take out Dixie Wilson first. She's the weakest opponent and the only one who's also in the Saturn version. Look at this.
Hey, Fat, you're okay.
Her name here is Tina, but either way, we're okay. Then the second target is gonna be Wilkins. He kinda looks like Hugh Grant. These characters are all modeled after real people. If you recognize some of these faces, I'd love to hear that. Now, this system of rigging the brackets might sound favorable, but the truth is that you still cannot escape from facing the strongest character, which is Clyde Hinkle. If you watched my extremely high production quality streams on Twitch in my so far 8 years of beating Mega Drive games, you will know I'm a video game lover. I don't rage at games and I genuinely love what I do. It's not a gimmick. However, that bastard of Clyde Hinkle made me slap my microphone so hard that it left a scratch on my monitor. Oh, for f***'s sake, you already got bottom center up. Oh my god. Chinkle was my nemesis. Chinkle is to me what Minnesota Fats was to Willie Mosconi, except Fats was an actual human being, not a fucking alien. I mean, watch this.
It's definitely gonna do something that I'm not gonna like. Like, what the fuck is this, right? It's gonna be some Chinkle bullshit right here.
I don't like this. With the One Piece.
Oh, he's got the 15 in.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course! He's gonna pocket that 10. The AI in this game seems to calculate every single possible angle until it inevitably comes up with some fantasy shot that no human would ever come up with. After all, the physics in this game are not very good. Technically, he doesn't even have access to more angles and shots than I do, but he still has a big unfair advantage. So, Stream 11 went by with no victory, and it was a 12 hours long stream. Stream 12 was just as long and just as unsuccessful. There were some really close calls though, where it came down to one final shot. But Clyde Hinkle rarely leaves anything up for grabs. Finally, on Stream 13.
Oh, Chinkle, here we come.
Oh, I won the lag versus Chinkle. Oh, he went in.
Gently like that. One mass, not two.
Oh, this is good. That's perfect. Oh, that's too much power, but I think it's going in. Oh, it's going in. Yes! 7-0. 7-0. Oh, and the winner is... I can't believe I've defeated Chinkle 8-0 on the first match. This is unreal.
This is Chinkle, so if there is a way and he wants to find it, he will find it.
Right.
And there we go, sinking the 9. Nope, sinking the other one. This
What is this shot, man? Oh, what the There it is. Yep. Alright. 8-3. Oh, to hell. Oh my god, don't do it. What? Well, still getting the ball in. Modest to be. That's right. It's gonna be some shinkle bullshit right here. He wanted it in scratch. What about this other angle if I flip my hand real hard to the diamond like that? And that was... Dude, that was perfect! That was perfect! I am one ball away from killing this guy! One ball away! Oh, it says gotcha! What is this? Oh, this is gonna be some ball! No! Okay, yes! Yes! Oh! Oh! Dude! Alright, calm down. This is the shot, dude. There's no way this isn't the shot, dude. Yes! Yes! Dude! Trickle circle! Dude! Yes! Oh! Dude! Yes! Yes! Fuck! Yeah, it took forever, dude. Oh my god. Rotation mode was much worse. If you've been paying close attention, by now you can tell exactly how many streams and how many hours the rotation tournament alone took. And it won't sound that bad when compared to the 26 hours spent getting the one pocket cup, but you have to consider how slow one pocket rules are. It can take hours just to get through one attempt. The rotation rules are simple. You must always hit the lowest ball on the table first, and you get points that equal the balls you pocket. So, for example, you can start by pocketing ball 1 and you will get 1 point. But you could also pocket ball 15 by hitting ball 1 first and have that bounce on the 15, which will get you 15 points. The first player to get 60 points is the victor. The AI is ruthless in this mode, and even Dixie Wilson, the weakest AI, will give you a run for your money if you're not bringing your best hustle to the table. Well, this version of the game doesn't actually have any money involved, but in order to achieve the impossible, I had to really get deep into the Minnesota Fats mindset if I wanted to make it, that is. And I always make it. Goal, gamer goal, and I'm about to try and win the lag off of Chinkle. We lost the lag. There was no 15 on the corner, so we weren't gonna pocket that either way. No. Nice! Doing is going for the 3? Yep, that's just pocketing the 1. Okay, now it's forced to scratch. This is pretty good. Nice. And now the score is tied. Thousands. Oh, what? Nice. Oh, the 14 did not go in, but the 11 did. Oh, like so. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I'm good. Okay, now it gets scary, because as you can see, that's going to send a 10 straight onto that corner. Now, the question is it going to go in or not? Is the amount of power given to this shot important? So we want to control it, because if that happens, at least we can control it. This much power. Yep. Didn't work. Now, the good news is he's not able to pocket it on the top right, because we controlled it, because we know what we're doing. also throw sometimes. He's not throwing right now. He's pocketing that in. The 14 after that, ooh, actually doesn't look like the easiest shot. I don't think he's getting anything done. Okay, he's not. And he's providing us with a good shot, maybe. That is exactly the shot I want to take. Because if it doesn't go on the top pocket, it might just go on the bottom pocket. And I'm going to do it full power with my hard. Oh! Oh! Oh, and the 15 is there. If we can nail max power, then the 15 is guaranteed to go in. Getting max power in this game is so hard. Got it! We got the 15 in. Now, every shot must be intensely analyzed to ensure maximum success rate, because if we lose this round, our odds are going to be much worse, trust me. We're not going to break, so we're not going to have this 15-0 advantage. Yeah, the 4 goes in, the 1 goes in. I think it has a good... nope. Okay. Bad news, it didn't work. Good news, he doesn't have a shot. He's going to scratch, and my next shot is going to be extremely easy to pocket it to. I'll do it from here. Just hit it. Okay. Now, ball 3. We don't appear to have the shot you would want in order to pocket it. So what we do is we play with the bank here and see if we like this shot better. I am shooting against the right bank. That did not work, guys. That was a failure, but I think I gave him a terrible shot. It says not a chance, and he just goes for the scratch. Wait, does he? What the fuck? Okay, he didn't pocket it. He did not pocket it. This is good. Oh my god, this is looking good. Are you seeing this? Pointer guy, come here. Pocket the 3 in, then this is the cue ball. You shoot the 4 into the 6. Then you shoot the 4 as well. Then you shoot the 5 into the 13. Then you shoot the 5 as well. Let's go, baby. That was almost a miracle, but in the end, that was a disaster. Now, luckily, Chinkle is incapable of jumping, and he is not gonna make this shot, is he? He's gonna touch it, though. Watch this. Okay. Now, I know exactly what I want to do here. I want to do I want to pull the Van Damme. Do you know the Van Damme trick shot? So that's the move. You shoot that mother 3 in between the 13 and the 5. And they both shoot away. The 13 goes in the 14, the 14 goes in, the 5 goes all the way to the right and goes in. Oh, he's doing it the fancy way, son of a bitch. Oh no, it's saying 1 LA. Oh, what the f***? Is this a kiss shot? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, he doesn't have a shot. The shot sucks for us too, though. You guys ready for this? Not too much power. Oh my, that was close. That was... Oh, yes! I'm going for it. Oh, that is huge! Oh! I fucking it. The 13 with the 5 on the table. Okay, I'll put close to maximum power on him. Oh! Oh! It's gonna be unlikely that we pocket anything here, so we really should just go with the most defensive shit. It went exactly as planned. The 10 might be saving it. Because that 10 right there is my shield. This 10, it's right here. It's my shield against him doing this. And just pocketing it there through this bank. Okay, he doesn't have a shot. Thanks to that 10. Hell yeah, lucky. Lucky 10, guys. What's the play here? We could just play the 6. We just want to pocket that 6 here, guys. Because if we pocket that 6, then pocketing the 7 is going to be fairly easy. Pocketing the 8 is going to be a mother... Pocket the 6, we're at 45. We're going to be at 52. And then we pocket the 8, we won. Now, the amount of power we add must be carefully considered. It's gotta be like... It's gotta be like this. Bloody perfect! Look at the setup! Look at the setup! Look at this! And then just take my shot at the 8s! What do you know? What do you know? That's a perfect shot! That's a perfect shot, isn't it? So this is the last shot. Like if I get this shot in, that's it. Sadly, this shot right here, I expect that to fully go in, but it's not as precisely straight through the y-axis as I would like. What about the top shot, dude? See, that's gonna go. See, that's a better shot. That is guaranteed. Because that's what I was talking about earlier. What I was trying to explain earlier. Do you see how the two pixels, the two bottom pixels of the moving bolts, take the moving bolt that's touching the 8. The bottom pixels on the bottom of it are precisely touching the two top pixels of the 8 bolt. That means that ball is guaranteed to work. That shot's guaranteed to work, and that 8 ball is guaranteed to go straight down into that pocket. That is it. Oh, dude, I can't. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna shoot. Just not max power. Like, enough power. I win it! Yes! Yes! Oh, suck my... Just, you motherfucker! Get to a little bit! Yes! You are the rotation champion! You didn't see shit! You didn't see shit! It doesn't matter! He went in! Sorry guys, I didn't mean to have that zoomed in, but it went just straight in the pocket. It went straight in the pocket. Look at those cups. The one pocket... I still feel like the one pocket cup was the most suffered. The rotation cup is the hardest. Like, they're actually... They get you to play them in the order of difficulty. 8 ball, 9 ball, 1 pocket rotation. But the one pocket one is just way more suffered. It just takes so long. And it's so slow. There's gotta be an ending, right? Press the start button. You are the undisputed. Motherfucker, let's go! Oh, there's more! To the second staff roll! The secret staff roll! With the cue sticks! Oh, it's coming! That was worth it. That was worth it. Let's go!
Fucking got me wanting champagnette 7 del mattino gogoate go.
The song is new, yes. Alright. We got 2 glasses here. One's for me, one's for you guys. That's a song right there. It's about to end. You can hear that. Oh, what a glorious ending. Holy shit, dude. As far as I know, the final password only serves as a mean of giving you the trophies back. Yeah. Nothing happens. But I didn't get this far by not exploring every single mode, so I spent some time in Versus mode as well, where there are 3 exclusive rule sets you can play. Winning one will give you a song you can otherwise only hear in a jukebox. It's actually the same if you lose as well, since this was designed for 2 players. You can, however, confront Fats here in the full power of his alien AI even stronger. than the one of Chinkle. If you want to grab a friend and play this in 2 players, you will be treated to a unique table felt color and a voice sample announcing whose turn it is.
Player 1. Player 2.
I hope I made clear how cool and good of a video game this is, in spite of how much it sucks as a pool game. At 99 hours, 17 minutes and 50 seconds, I declared Minnesota Fat's pool legend beaten. So far, it is the second longest game in the Mega Marathon.
Is it going to be possible, under our rules of procedure, for you to remain quiet while Willie shoots? He, of course, has to remain quiet while you shoot.
Let me tell you a secret. I can play as if I was deaf and dumb. I can play if you had a gang war in the joint. That don't mean nothing to me. Whatever you want to do, I do it nice. And when I leave with the cash.
Minnesota Fats was a great character, larger than the game he popularized and larger than even his own weight. He was recognized by Muhammad Ali as being better than him at boasting. Imagine that. He supposedly makes so many fake claims about beating Willie Mosconi that Mosconi tried to file him for a slander lawsuit. He apparently made up huge stories about himself, which he further embellished in his autobiography to give himself more of an aura of mysticality, and I appreciate that. Because sometimes the character comes before the person, and while nowadays that is something we get to see more of, something more normal, back then it was pioneeristic.
I'm at the top of anything I want to do at all times. At all times. I'm the greatest ladies man in the world. I'm almost 100 years old.
In a later interview, he distances himself from what is the literal meaning of a hustler, perhaps not really fitting his career anymore or what the times were.
I never was a hustler. See, a hustler is a guy that tries to make proposition. Me, I always played a top-notch player. Anything he wanted to play, that's not hustling.
Those that lived in his area during the later part of his life say that Rudolf Wanderone was a very kind man and lived a pacific life with his second wife and dogs. He really liked animals and was often seen feeding stray cats. Aside from having dozens of cats and dogs at the same time, he would also say that he wouldn't swat a fly or a mosquito for a whole barrel of gold. The epitaph on his tombstone, though, reads, "Beat every living creature on earth. St. Peter, rack him up." Fats. So long for now. I do stream 3 days a week on Twitch. In the meantime, you should watch this other banger of a video to learn about censored Mega Drive games. Ciao.